Hey, back on the GTO today. This is what happened after the guide coat on the second prime. I said I had a few filler spots on it. I went over it real close and nitpicked on these, so blocked everything. This is in 320 right now. Part of it was in 400. I went back, I 320 these areas. We're going to come back now and spot prime these in. The rest of the whole unit does not need to be pre-primed, so everywhere I have anything showing through, I'm just going to spot it in. We'll finish sanding that out. 320 and 400. Little place right here. It's like a scratch that I found in there, so put a filler on that. It's real nice. It looks pretty straight, so place right here, it had a ding right here. We worked on this, straight in the metal, a little skim of filler in it. It was red on this line, of course, so we put that back in. Little things I like to use right here. These are no more than a tongue depressor. The sandpaper wrapped around it. And then right here, tools of the trade, straight edges. You can always put a straight edge on. You look down it. It should come up for light coming under it. Always have your light source down. You can tell what you've got there by doing that. And on the big panels, longer straight edges. You know they're pretty straight, so it gives you at least a real good idea where you're at with them. See where you're at. These panels I'd mentioned before were done. So deck lid, again, I'll just touch in a little primer on this bottom lip. Right here, right, there's a couple spots, and then we'll sand that in. The hood gets a nice dump coat of primer on it, of course. I've set the vent back in place just to check on fitting me on that. Pretty good on that. For a piece I had to rework, like all the rest of it, of course. Fenders, again, I went over and I nitpicked on these, found some places that I didn't care for how they were. Say dings and dents are all over this, so these all seem good now. They checked out nice with the straight edge. This was a fender, put the bottom on. Looks really good if we put the bottom in it. Again, I'll just touch these in. Touch the places all in on this. That's where we're at on the fenders. We should be good to go with these after we touch the primer in, get those blocked in. So that kind of brings everything up to date right now. All the finished sanding is all done inside all the jams in here. See if I can do this one-handed. Oh, look at that. You measure yourself. We're all sanded in here real nice. So I'll have to retape my latch. I don't like to paint those when I paint everything. We're all done down underneath the doors. Let's see, just shot down here. Got to put some seam sealer on those yet. These jams, all in this area right here. You know, even up into here. But definitely right here, the back jam on the quarter panel, and your jam on the door right here. You're doing these cars, those two places you want to take extra special care on those. Make those look nice. Those are kind of focal points. People always look at those. Got a phone call, I'll be back. All right, like I was saying there, these areas are high focal points. When you open up the door, people always look at these. I've talked about it before, these lines right here, where the outer skin laps over the inner. Always make sure you finish these nice. These will get light seam seal on these. You can see some factory seam seals still up here on this one. That's how you want them to look. Get that in there. That's how you want them to look. You can still see the line. You don't want to bury it. So when I did repair on this, we'll reseal that line. Make those look real nice. You just want that to look really good in here. Everyone always looks at cars in these areas. Usually not enough attention is taken in these areas. This seam right here gets seam sealed. This seam down here gets seam sealed. I don't do any seam sealing until all the sanding is done. You don't want to sand your seam seal. You're going to pulling it, take a chance on tearing the edges loose. I would seam seal it very last, so that's what happened on this one. It had some that needs to be done here on the back. I'll probably put another seam seal on this edge right here. Most of this is all gone. I don't know if they sandblasted it here or what, but most of that edge is gone. No seam sealer. Same here. Some of the factory's still on it. Most of it's all off. I'll reseal that. That all done. Same way right here. So here we are in the GTO. That's where we're at with it. So I finish up just a couple spots I have here. They're nitpick spots. Get those sanded in where I like them. And we'll be ready to touch all these spots up that I have showing with prime. Prime the hood heavy. The other small parts are all done. Glove box door, back side is ready for paint. I don't have to paint the outside of it yet. So we'll prime the outside of this. So that's where we're at. I'll bring you back on this as you make more progress. I guess while I'm right here, I might as well see if I can one-handed open this one. Okay, there we go. Give a look in these jams too, let's just see how these are. Same story on this side. These bottom curves, you always want these to look good. That's usual rust places. That's where inspecting eyes will always go and look. That's just kind of how we do it. So. So okay, there you have it. Bring you back on this. Go to the next step with it. Really close now. Should be too long to be getting some color in the jams on this thing. You have to paint the dash. It gets painted black. Top of these door edges get painted black. Same way back here, this top interior panel. Painted black. All the floors will be black. So, we make more progress, I'll bring you back.